Said much about what he knew. He didn't have to. The world seemed to move around him like a pond parting for a stone. You could tell when he was thinking, though he'd lean back, the light would hit that wry little smile, and you'd know he was measuring something invisible, something older than the both of you, something that hummed beneath the weeds. And when driven straight, every board fitted right. He believed in right angles, not as geometry, but as moral law. If a thing fit square, it belonged. If it didn't, he fixed it or burned it. Folks came around for help, a busted mower, a lost dog, a feeling they couldn't quite name, and left lighter somehow. He didn't quote scripture much, but he'd look out across the field and say, "You see how the crows move? They're telling each other something." Then he turned back to work. That was the sermon. I think he hunted witches, but not the kind with broomsticks. He hunted the sickness that gets into a man's pride. He hunted lies that wore perfume. He hunted that quiet shadow that slides into the heart and tells it to give up. He hunted with patience, with silence, with a hammer. He taught me that mystery isn't what you don't know, it's what you learn to stop explaining. That's why the barn smelled like pine and ghost smoke. That's why no one ever saw him curse, though sometimes his eyes flashed like he'd been somewhere terrible and came back only halfway. He told me once, a secret's a tool like any other, best if it's clean and sharp. Then he smiled, that same tired smile, the one that said he'd seen something awful on the far edge of night, and made his peace with it. Grandaddy never raised his voice, he didn't need to. You could feel the warning in the air, like before lightning hits. Dogs straightened up when he stepped outside. The wind seemed to mind its manners. He was kind, but kindness was a blade in his hand, used only when it had to be. When he died, they said it was natural, but I swear the soil looked restless for a few days, like it knew what it was losing. Some nights, the barn light flickers without reason. Maybe that's him, checking his lines, keeping watch, making sure the angles still fit square. And sometimes when I'm walking the field alone, I feel that same hum under my feet, the one that made him tilt his head and listen, the one that never lied, the one that whispers through the wood and the wire. Keep it straight, son, keep it true, and remember, the witch is never where you think she is.